If you feel behind or you feel like AI is evolving so fast, I mean, trust me, we're just at the beginning of a very long marathon.
Yes.
And if you start now, even if you start a year from now, you're still early in the process. Don't feel bad if you're like overloaded with work and you want to delay this and think about it like a couple months from now or the latter half of the school year. The point is that we do need to do something. Actually, I want to talk about the use of content detection.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that a lot. And obviously, there's research that shows that content detection is not foolproof. And we just know that there are lots of issues with it, including the ability for kids to get around it and false positives, right? But I was wondering, I wonder what you think about this. I was wondering for myself, if I was a teacher right now and there was a 100% accurate content detection tool out there, and it would stay updated, it would always be 100% accurate, would I still use it? And my personal answer right now, it's theoretical because I'm not in the classroom anymore,
Right.
was no, I don't want to use it because I don't want to create that type of atmosphere in my room where there's this, it's almost like a police state in my room. Where I cannot trust my students. I have to run everything through AI. I'd almost rather be snookered by kids and their AI stuff rather than have this distrustful atmosphere.
Yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't do it. And I've been, I don't know if it's a victim, but I've been snagged by one that I wrote an article for a magazine and they came back and said I used AI.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I had quoted, it's my words.
Yeah.
But it looked out at my articles essentially and said I was plagiarizing myself. Yeah. So.
Well, that's kind of
Kecia
weird.
was not very happy about that.
Yeah.
So
I guess
then,
if you're
like,
if you write enough, I guess that happens.
How do you get around that? So, and they were like, well, we can't do anything because. And the other thing I think is important for kids is to know when it's good to use a tool, right? I mean, back in the day, again, going back to the beginning of the internet, we didn't want kids to access the internet to get any information. And, we're like, no, go to a library, look it up, go get that microfiche out.
Yeah, microfiche, yeah.
And pull that out and use that. And we were just adamant about that. And now, right?
It's so funny the things that we used to care about so much.
So deeply. I mean.
And it made sense. It was valid to care about, yes.
Yeah.
But like it just kind of fizzles out and disappears anyway. Like our convictions around it just fall by the wayside.
Yeah, they morph because society changes.
Yeah.
And I think that's the job of a teacher and administrators is to make sure we can't prepare kids for, I'm an old science teacher. So the only thing that's constant is change. So we can't prepare kids for the known, but if we prepare them to navigate an unknown state constantly and just to check facts, just see what's true, what's not, embed in them morals and values to use as they're guiding their work for some things. If you're writing, I don't know, some things that you're writing and AI tools, fine, use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Save time.
Yeah.
If it's a published piece that you're really trying to get your thinking out and your ideas out, then you probably need to do your research and get your
and use AI in a different way.
And use AI in a different way. As a grammar check.
Yeah, and it's all about, or a grammar check, but maybe even as a thought partner where you just have someone to talk to work through your ideas, not to work through its ideas, work through your ideas.
Yes. I mean, I'm writing a book now and I've put in the concepts that I want to cover in the book. And I've asked my friend AI.
Yeah, I call it my friend too.
I love my friend.
Yeah.
And I've asked it, what order does it make sense to group these?
Yes.
And it did a beautiful job. Then I went back and tweaked a few things. I'm like, okay, that I can see where it got that, but I'm gonna switch it out.
What I can't wait for, Kecia? Like I love audiobooks. I don't really read books as much anymore.
I don't either.
I love audiobooks, and especially books that are read by the author. I just love hearing their voice in my head. And I'm wondering in the future, in the not too distant future, where most books not go to audiobooks, turn into interactive books where you can actually talk to the AI author,
Oh my gosh. That would be
right?
so cool.
And so
Yeah.
it's a discussion that you have with, but it's about the book, and obviously the book's ideas are being relayed through the AI. And I think that would just be
That would
so
be so
amazing.
cool. That would be so cool. I remember, again, back in the day, I brought video conferencing in 1994 into my classroom.
Wow.
And I brought in scientists from all over the
Oh, yeah.
world
Wonderful.
into my classroom. And that would be
Mhm.
like that
Yes.
experience, where you're able to connect your students to an expert that they would never have access to
Yeah.
if it weren't for that technology.
Yeah.
And AI could be that
Yeah.
technology. I
Yeah.
mean, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no telling where this is going to go.
Yeah, we're just getting started. And again,
Yeah.
like, educators, we're just getting started. If you
Yeah.
feel behind or you feel like AI is evolving so fast, I mean, trust me, we're just at the beginning of a very long marathon.
Yes.
And if you start now, even if you start a year from now, you're still
Yeah.
early in the process. Don't feel bad if you're like overloaded with work and you want to delay this and think about it like a couple months from now or the latter half of the school year. The
Yeah.
point is that we do need to do something, and we can do a little something. In fact, even just you all getting personally learned up on AI
Yeah.
is useful, and then potentially working with your students or working with other staff.
Yeah. Yeah. And being conscientious about it, being conscientious about how you use it and being transparent. I think that's also
Oh yeah,
important.
yeah,
I
sharing.
think, yeah, if
Sharing
you're
the
using
bad and the good.
AI, yeah, tell your students, tell the parents.
Yeah.
I tell parents when I'm working with school districts and schools, I'm sure to tell parents this particular technology has AI built into it, and here's how, and here's what it does. And oh, by the way, it's been built into it since the late 90s or
Yes,
whatever,
that's right.
because AI has been around since the 60s.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah.
And we've been using it all this time.
Yeah.
So it's not new. Generative is
Mm-hmm.
newer, but in 20 years, even that, we'll have another thing. Trust me, we'll do the VR AI where it's just going to pop up a virtual person, or you're going to see it. It's going to be AI, robotics, VR, augmented
Oh, yeah.
reality. It's all going to be mesh. Have you ever seen the movie WALL-E?
Yeah, I think about Wally all the time.
I think about WALL-E all the time.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you
Yeah.
need to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
It's an old
It's
an older movie, but
it's scary.
it's scary, and I just feel us moving in that direction.
Despite all my efforts, which are designed to combat a future where people are just super lazy
Yeah.
and mentally weak and all that, despite all my efforts, I know that that's where we're trending.
It's 100%.
And so my efforts are about mitigating that as
Yes.
much as possible
Me
and getting
too.
educators involved as much as possible so that we decrease the probability of that reality or decrease the impact of that
Yeah.
reality as much as possible.
Me too. I'm lockstep with you. Talk a little bit before we go about your relationship with HMH and
Okay.
what you got going on.
Yeah, so HMH is
Labs.
part of TeachAI, the initiative led by Code.org, ETS, ISTE, Khan Academy, and the World Economic Forum. And the mission of TeachAI is to help education systems thrive in an age of AI. So partnering with groups like HMH provides the curriculum and assessment and thought leadership perspective at scale that we need as part of the TeachAI community.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm super happy to have HMH and a lot of the HMH's frenemies in the TeachAI community, because what's great about the community is it's a neutral ground for all of us to figure this stuff out together.
Yeah.
And not just orgs and companies, but even like state education agencies, ministries of education, coming together, having discussions, having frank discussions, and figuring out how we can help kids the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for pulling that together.
Oh,
I mean, it's a testimony to your foresight into kind of the things that could come if we don't all work together.
Yeah.
So
thanks,
thank
Kecia.
you.
Yeah, I feel very blessed to be part of a community like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I have even this opportunity to talk to you, Kecia, and just
Yeah.
learn from you and learn from like the history of digital literacy. I say, you know, as I've grown as an adult, I've appreciated history more and more and more.
Yes. Yes. Because
And
it repeats itself.
it repeats itself, and
It's
it
a
just
thing.
I feel it's just so silly sometimes making the same old mistakes that I know I don't need to if I just learn from folks like Kecia who were there when
Yeah.
the internet got introduced, when social media hit schools, when all that. There's so many lessons to learn.
Email. Ooh,
Oh yeah, all of
yeah.
that.
All of that. I remember sending the very first email to a teacher.
What year?
It took 15 minutes.
What year was that?
It was 92.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
92.
Before the internet
93.
was even like really
Yeah,
graphical.
we did it over, we just basically connected the computers to each other. So it was a WAN.
Oh, yeah.
Really. It wasn't really,
yeah.
you know. I had Novell network certification.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ancient.
Wow.
But I also wrote the first digital literacy assessment. So that was my dissertation.
Yeah.
Ancient.
Yeah, and now there are AI literacy assessments coming out.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Done without the thousands of pages of coding that I had to do it. So I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed talking to you. I really
thanks,
appreciate
Kecia.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. And thank you for being here because you make everything possible day to day in our classrooms. And we want to make things easy and possible for you. So be sure to check our channel out and follow us. And don't forget to follow Pat too. He's a very key figure in this space right. Thanks, everybody.